Hey guys, you're here with Churchie, and tonight I am mucking around with a few different ideas at the moment. I didn't really know what to do. Calavera's doing like a freaking cool transformer ship. Blue's building that giant monstrosity over there, and I thought I would just test out like a few concepts and stuff. What I wanted to test out was just some bits and pieces around some logic and also rails. I'm just going to jump into this ship's build mode so I can run around a bit quicker. Cool, so what I ended up doing was building a like a bit of a missile turret there, just a bit of an ad hoc thing. And I had it on a vertical rail. And what I was trying to do, or a concept that I was trying to do, was you hit an activation button and basically some of the rails would invert, push it down, the bottom one would stay the same, and then it was kind of on a button where it would have like half a second, so it would go boom, or pretend to go boom, and it would go down, kind of hit the bottom rail. By that time it's about half a second, the other rails would switch back and it would go boom, and then return, like a proper massive, like, what are they, like 120 mil cannons or something like that. You know, the big ones. Boom, boom. Awesome. Anyway, I thought maybe I can do something like that, and then in the future you'd be allowed to, or they'd make it available to connect your weapons computers and things like that to maybe some activation blocks or activation modules. That would be really cool, because that would be awesome. If you fired, it had it on the connected to the activation block, and it would be like boom, missile away, you know, recharge time, boom, another missile away. That would be freaking awesome. Anyway, I tested that concept and it didn't really, it worked. I already, just to salvage part of this ship to get some blocks and stuff, I already harvested like the bits and pieces that it was connected to, so sorry about that, you can't see it, but it's a pretty simple concept, guys. It's a pretty easy logic with just a couple of bits and bobs. Righto. Now, something else I wanted to do, because the hell? Oh shit! I'm like, where did it go? Okay. Something else I wanted to do was, the concept of drones intrigues me. Now, I know drones aren't available yet, but I want to have a kick-ass spaceship that has drones on it ready for when the AI modules and stuff support it. So, I have a vision. Very grand vision. My vision originally started with... the hell? Where's my doors? Here. What it started with is this idea here, where I would have a ship which has these huge blocks on the side, and maybe about 6 or 7 panels of these, 6 or 7 doors like this, right? And what you can do is you hit an activation block, or you know, you use it in your belt, so you've got like a remote activation one, and the doors would open, and then after a small delay there would be drones sitting in here which then just get ejected out, pushed out, and you'd see all these drones just go poof out both sides of the ship. So I started making just this little concept here of the doors, and it works. It works fine. So it's just some pretty simple stuff. So I'm using a couple of activation blocks. Okay, that's awesome, isn't it? It's great when they don't work. Oh, that one works. The other one's probably broken because I've logged out and logged back in since, right? Or maybe it's because I got rid of... who knows, man, who knows? There might be something blocking it, actually. I've been like, I've been using the bulk editor, or doing shipbuilding. I'll show you in a sec anyway, and it's pretty easy to make mistakes. So that's the concept of this, you know, you're just going to open the doors and throw the drones out. And then I thought, oh, this is actually like, it's pretty intensive and pretty basic, I guess you could say. So anyway, what I thought would be cool, right? And I think Calavera will like it. I haven't told him about it yet, but anyway, ditch that idea of that kind of drone ship. What I'm going to make is a giant long. Okay, bear with me here. A giant long tubular ship, right? It's not going to be a penis, and it's going to look cool, better than just a giant log, okay? Which is kind of what my mining ship started out like. Anyway, this one's going to be cool, okay? Trust me, trust me. So, what I'll do is build probably two layers of drone racks. So drone racks are, you got your little drone ship, and you've usually got like a little dock that the drone ship's attached to, and then a rack is basically either all of those docks kind of put together into the one ship or connected to the one core, or they in turn are connected to some other kind of rail system or rack. I'll probably go with the latter, but anyway, picture maybe 2 rows of 10 long, and that will be my one rack on one side, and then we'll put another rack on the other side of the ship. Now what I want to do is, it sounded cool anyway, is a big long tubular ship, and I hit activate, and basically half of it, or a very big portion of it, will lift up and extend. Yes, exposing the sides, the inner sides of the ship, but bear with me, this is more to be cool than anything. And then the drones will just pop out, just go boom, 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 and just get forced out. So it sounds cool, to me. But what I was working on to kind of get there, don't forget we're on a multiplayer server, I can't just spawn stuff in, although it would be very cool, but I did go and test a drone and the dock that it was connected to, and then I ended up with some blueprints. The one I had in mind was one I found online. There's plenty of stuff on forums, guys, go have a look. In my mind, I'm really bad at the way things look. I'm good at functionality, so I found one which was pretty cool and pretty close to what I wanted, and looked a million times better than anything I could do. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel, and I found the blueprint for it. So I uploaded the blueprints to my local server. You can do that through the initial start menu. So in Steam, when you launch StarMade, and it comes up with that first window, and you hit like start game, and then you've got like almost like an options or config window come up. If you hit tools, at the top there is an import option, and you can import the files that people are chucking online. Import it from there, and then when you're on the multiplayer server, upload blueprint to multiplayer server, and you're done. So in single player anyway, I just spawned it in, had a play around, had a good look at the ship, and I was really happy with it. So I'm like, okay, sweet. And now I've just gone and got the resources for 10 of them. The only thing is, it's a little bit cumbersome trying to create them all, because in multiplayer you can't just spawn the whole ship, you have to go through the blueprints, and it doesn't automatically detect as well, like how much you've got of each. So anyway, I'll spawn one of these guys in for you, and we will show you. No, that didn't work. Okay. So, ooh, maybe it will detect it, right? Yeah, and we'll show you just around the little drone that I've decided on. So yeah, I ran out of a couple of resources in here because they're ones that the other guys are using quite a lot. But I was lucky enough just to jump to a shop in our local system, and the other shop had it. So, oh, there's an ad. I'm blind. Anyway, spawn. Let's call it. Let's call it GZZ. This ship's called the Interstellar. I don't know why. Just went with it. Right. Drone 1. There it is, baby. Pretty sure that's it. What I might quickly do. Let's jump in here. Right, and let's just put a rail down over here. So I'm going to need something just to dock it to, right? So, yeah, anyway, I'll take you through this later. Something which I have ignored and would have been, like, super fantastic ages ago. Okay, there we go. What are we doing? Doing drugs. Let's go. Alright. So yeah, I hope you guys have been good and behaving and making cool ships, much cooler than the stuff I'm able to come up with. If you guys have some sort of drone ship, or an example video, GIF, anything like that, of working drones, then by all means drop us a link, man. Let us know in the comments, and I'm really keen to have a look. I love this idea because I may not be like the best kind of strategy person, you know. Oh shit. Okay. Just oops. This thing's got no thrusters at all. Okay, I'm just gonna mod it quickly. There we go, we got some speed. We got some speed, guys. Oh, and we got too much speed. Righto. Let's quickly take those off. And we are docked. Righto, so here's our first little drone. Okay, so this setup's fairly basic. So the idea is the drone itself looks pretty cool. The guy's done a good design on it, and it's quite functional. It's got a bit of shields, but these are more of, on a scale of one use or single use drone to awesome drone that's going to last you like 100 battles, this is probably more towards the one use. You might get a few uses out of it. Drones are often expendable that way. So when you thinking about creating a drone and you're wondering, oh, you know, I need to protect this and that, don't really worry about it. The idea of drones is to swarm the enemy and beat them with sheer numbers, right? So don't sweat it. Why is it off? That looks off. I don't like that. Don't like that. Anyway, so the drone itself, we jump in here. It's got a plex door, but here we go. Let's just quickly, let's undock it for you guys, so you can have a look. So I've got a damage beam. Alright, doesn't have much power. Doesn't need much power. Here we go. So it's a pretty cool little beast, right? So it does a little burst of damage, and it's really nippy, Really nippy. A lot of little ships are. Remember that. That's the whole idea, right? Right. So that is docked back again. Now I docked it. You'll find if you dock it on this end rail, for instance, it will kind of dock and sit at the end, which is a bit of, I don't know. You just need to make sure they all look the same, otherwise you'll have an aneurysm or something. So anyway, the way the actual docking platform works is you've got an activation block here. Okay, and you've got like a push effect, and you've got a, what is it? It's a damage. It's a push effect with damage beam, so it basically turns it into the damage beam into pushing. So what this essentially does is when you activate it, it's meant to pretty much just push off the rail using a beam. That's what it does, right? Let's see if we can get it to work. Right, so off the rail we go, and it pushes off. Let's just line ourselves to that. Now all that's meant to do is launch the drone, and I better freaking go after it now. So you can imagine like 20 of these in a row just going pew, and then the AI is meant to take over, right? That's the way drones should work. So this is quite a simple push effect. Not a heck of a lot to it. Oh, you piece of shit, Plex door. Okay. Let's align ourselves to that. Where do we go? Here we go, guys. Into the core. And we're back. No! Where's my ship? Over here. Okay. I get like disoriented with this stuff pretty easily. It's really annoying. Alright. So essentially it does have, oh, for frick's sake. Can be a bit dicky sometimes. So my idea as well, it's set to push it back off, right? I really should have thought of that. I've tested this a few times and stuff, and I was really happy with it, but clearly I didn't think about that. Okay. Ready? Deactivate that. Because basically, as soon as I docked it, it was pushing it back off. Make sense? Hope so. Okay. And that's the idea of the drones. So what I'll eventually do is make like a big long area in here, possibly just kind of skeleton, because I don't want to use too many of these structural blocks. Maybe I'll make maybe I can make some sort of, you know, metal beams or something like that. Make it look a little bit cooler. Just to attach these two, because I will be spawning in a whole lot more. In fact, let's do that. Just real quick. I'll put another one about here. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. So what we'll do, guys, is we go into blueprints. We hit buy. The blueprints are free. Adds it into your inventory. You go into your inventory and right click it. Add all. Wow! Wow, I'm such a dumbass. Such a dumbass. Okay. And spawn. GZZ. And there it is. There it is, boys. There it is. Alright, guys, so there's not a heck of a lot to, much more to it. With the big ship that I make, I'm going to make the racks first, and then go into some power systems. One of the big things is going to be shields for the ship, especially because when it separates, it'll be exposed. I will keep in mind as well core and computer placement. I might make the bridge not at the very front, but a little way in, and then kind of take it from there. So let's just quickly chuck a few of these on, jump over here, and yeah, so I'm gonna need a oops, gonna push my ship away. So I'm gonna need a an activation block which kind of connects all these other activation blocks, if that makes sense. There we go. Okay. So there you go. You can see the drones side by side. I might make a wall or kind of chamber them off, and then also at the back of the ship, whichever direction it may be, I'm also planning to make some sort of repair chamber as well. So we can basically grab a drone and either dock it or slow it, or just leave it in like this little chamber, and then you get these repair modules just go back and forth over it. Right. Be pretty cool. Oh, you could make like a solid chamber. Let me know what you guys think would be more effective. Either you put something on rails which like surrounds it and goes like back and forth, or if you just create like a solid chamber which is it's stagnant but there's enough to cover a drone. Let me know what you think. What you think's best, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.